China has launched its first moon rover mission, marking a major milestone in its space program. Now, the rover is being carried on board an unmanned rocket, which took off from a base in southern China, and is expected to land on the moon and begin carrying out experiments by mid-December.
This has been something that the Chinese public has followed very closely since starting pretty late in the space race, as it were, Rosemary. This morning before dawn, actually at about 1:30 a.m. Monday time here in southwest China, this rocket was launched and it was headed off. The latest news, according to state media, is that it's safely orbiting Earth, ready for the next push on towards the moon. As you say, it will be the third country, if it's all successful, to make a soft landing on the moon. Inside this rocket will be a moon probe, including the Jade Rabbit. Now, that's a moon rover which will spend several months on the moon collecting data, particularly geological survey data, that will be sent back here to China. The ultimate goal really in this multi-phase Chinese space program would be to get to the moon again, possibly with astronauts in the next decade or so.
Once it's there, China's National Space Administration plans to manoeuvre, then carefully land the probe in an area named the Bay of Rainbows. It will then activate the robotic rover on board named U2, or Jade Rabbit. It's hoped the remote control vehicle will spend the next 3 months exploring the lunar surface.
The three objectives are to manage to soft land a craft on the moon, to inspect and probe the lunar surface, and to be able to control and communicate with the craft during the mission.
On board the craft are an advanced collection of cameras. These include an ultraviolet telescope scientists will use to observe the stars. Another will look at how solar radiation affects Earth.
We can receive information about the rover's working conditions. We can also receive image data, that is to say, information about the surrounding environment gathered from taking images. We use this information to send orders to control its function.
In 1970, the Soviet Union became the first country to put a roving, remote-controlled robot on the moon with this rover. That was followed a year later by Apollo 15, which made use of this moon buggy to move astronauts and equipment. China's rover, though, is fitted with considerably more scientific instruments. It has a ground radar to examine up to 100 metres beneath the lunar surface. Scientists hope to understand what mineral resources exist on the moon, an important consideration for China's plans for future exploration.
Chinese scientists consider the lunar expedition as an important stage for developing their space program. They also plan to build their own space station sometime around 2020.